So what is up, guys? It is that time of the month. No, it's not our period. It is set 10. It's time to go over the cards that will be coming out next month, 2 weeks away. We're going to tell you what to be on the lookout for, what to get. So without further ado, let's tackle set 10 and get you guys hooked. So we got Angel Feathers coming next month. We get a new Sentinel. This is the new 5-hitter. Marking Celestial Arabaki. Okay, Arabahaki. If there's a Celestial, okay, so it's one of those, it becomes a 10k in the front row. They've been making a lot of those units recently. Just a plain 10k B-Stick, but it has Celestial in your name. That is important because the G3s you're going to need are what make it click. Capsule Gift Nurse. During your turn, you have a unit with an LB4. This unit gets 3,000 Garb. We get a new Forerunner, Cure Drop Angel. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted a Limit Break 4. Puts in a soul, draw a card. Doctoroid Argus. When this unit attacks, Counterblast 1 becomes a 12k. Drugstore Nurse. They must have been running out of names or something. Really? Drugstore Nurse? The card's legit name Drugstore Nurse. When this unit boosts a unit with LB4, it gets plus 3,000 power. So I'm guessing those extra drugs give you a plus 3k. At least I would want 10k if it's drug related. Alright, so a couple of things when it comes to Angel Feathers. There's actually going to be a weird thing going on with them. There's going to be definitely two separate builds that revolve around Spirit of Celestial Helm and Zechariah, which we'll be reading soon. So pretty much we went over Helm in our prediction video, but she's coming next month, so let's go over. You counterblast 1, you put a card from your hand into your damage zone and add a card from your damage zone to your hand. If you added a face down card, turn the card, put into your damage zone, face down. This unit gets plus 5 in power, and if there's a copy of her in the damage zone, can be face down. Like I said, they had to fix that because face up is garbage and 0 because we don't draw or get anything good. It gets plus 1 critical, so it becomes a critical. That's nice. I do appreciate this effect for Helm. I mean, it is critical. This is where, like, we go back to how I made my first Angel Feather deck with Metatron. Lots of self damagers, early crit, and just swing. You change the play style with that crit play. So we'll be seeing a little bit. You'll be seeing definitely two profiles that revolve around Helm and Zechariah. So Underlying Celestial Hezadel. During your turn, if you have Solidify Celestial Zechariah in your damage zone, can be face down. This unit gets plus 2,000 power. So wait, during your turn, if Solidify Celestial Zechariah is in your damage zone. So one of the other G1s, I think that was the G1 with the 7k, I believe. Yeah, that becomes a 9k booster. Yeah, but that's like, even though that can become 9k, you can heal out of it. I mean, I don't really want to play too much with the damage zone besides getting my PGs. That just looks like a lot of work. We'll just stick to Pegasuses in those builds. So Mobile Hospital, Assault Hospice. I mean, what are these names for, like, Angel Feather? Jesus. I know they're all medical cards, but come on. When this unit, it's one of those, if it's the Vanguard, it gets 5,000 when it attacks. If it's the Rear Guard, it gets plus 2,000. A double whammy. So we get another Forerunner for Angel Feathers. Its name is first a Celestial Peniel. I was going to say it was like penile. Oh, too funny. Oh, these cards are hilarious. Counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul to call a Celestial from your damage zone and put the top card of your deck into your damage zone. If you call a face down card, turn that card, put into your damage zone face down. Okay. So pretty much if you're playing like a full Celestial build, I would say this Forerunner sets up pretty much a booster or an intercept or something you're looking for. We're still going to be running Naciel's period. Naciel gets our combo plays. They get our boosters. So again, this one's going to be a debatable Forerunner. I think I still might stick to the freaking, Smiley Nurse maybe. But I'll see. I'll test it, though. I'll still test this unit. I'm pretty sure if I make a full Celestial build, I wouldn't mind testing this puppy out. All right. Wild Shot Celestial Ragul. During your turn, if your Vanguard's a Celestial, 3,000 power. So this is a break ride for Angel Feathers. So this is our first break ride. When rode upon, your Vanguard gets 10,000 power. Obviously, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Put a card to your damage zone and return the rest to your deck. After that, add a card from your damage zone to your hand. I'm sorry, I gotta read that again. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You put a card into your damage zone. Return the rest to your deck. After that, add a card from your damage zone to your hand. Oh, okay, so you plus with this. That's good. I had to read it one more time. Like, am I plussing or am I exchanging? Put a card into your and return the rest to your hand, then add a card to your from your damage zone. Okay, good. So you plus with this. That's good. So pretty much what this effect is, now that I got a clear picture, you're looking at the top 3 cards. Say you want to put a PG in the damage zone, put the rest back in your deck, and then after that, add that PG to your hand. Okay, I can see that. That can definitely favor you in a sense. So there's that. Alrighty, good to know. Good to know. Okay, I got a better clear on that effect. I had to read it. I don't need Ali like coming at me anymore. Reverse Aura Phoenix. At the start of your main phase, put a card from your damage zone on the bottom of your deck, and put the top card of your damage deck into your damage zone. I don't know why that has to be a Vanguard effect. Maybe it was a rear effect. I can almost see promise with it, but then that becomes situational and putting a freaking card into your damage zone. That won't be good. It won't be bad. And you can't really even get it till next turn, or you might heal it. Who knows? Card's like awkward. Booting Celestial Saldaphon. When this unit attacks, CB1 becomes a 13k. So Candle Celestial Sariel. This is an important unit for definitely the G3 we just went over for Helm. When placed, you can +1 put any card from your deck into your damage zone face down, and put a card from your damage zone into your drop zone. So you're exchanging your card in your drop zone with an actual card. I would say this is good in a sense for like even like Metatron plays. If you're trying to prep Metatron, this card can be good with older sets too. Put a card that you need. So if your freaking damage zone is all G3s, guess what? Candle Celestial Serial, I'm going to put this here, get rid of that garbage. That can't be my damage zone anymore. I need stuff. So I like the utility of this card. It has more utility with some of the past sets too. Definitely fixing your damage zone with actual units that you do need is going to help you like a crap ton. And this is when Nasiel comes in handy. If you want to fetch Nasiel, you can play musical chairs with, again, your Pegasuses. Our Pegasus boosters will always stay with us. They're too strong to get rid of. So on and so forth. Tyndall Pigeon. When placed, one of your other units get... Okay, it's one of those stupid units. Oh, actually, no. This would have been better during Hermes days, but... I mean, we are using Hermes again. Hermes does return for Celestials because Hermes gives you extra attacks, so power creeping can matter. But Tender Pigeon, where were you? I could see a nice budget Angel Feather deck with this and Hermes. Nice Hermes combos. So Order Celestial Yequan. When placed, this Solidary Celestial Zechariah is in your damage zone. Can't be made scar from your hand. If you do, draw a card. And oh, now I get. They're talking about the G3. So in order for these effects to work, they need their G3 in the damage zone. Oh, that is just too much work in Zero's format. They don't get it. There's Zechariah. So what this card does is, at the start of your battle phase, you put a Celestial Real Guard into your damage zone face down. If you call a Celestial, if you put it in there, you call a Celestial from your damage zone to the same rear guard circle. In addition, if Zechariah is in your damage zone, so we need copies of it in the damage zone. So again, we're going to be taking out a trigger for this play, but it'll be worth it. This unit gets the following ability. All of your units get plus 3,000 power. So your Pegasus goes up to 12k. Hermes attacks. That thing goes up to 15k. You're guaranteeing yourself good hits. So mostly, that's the difference between Zechariah and Helm. Zechariah gives you more of like the Hermes plays. Helm is more like, I'm going to self-damage myself till I get Helm in damage zone so I can get that crit. So on and so forth. That's the whole point of the 8k unit we just went over. This preps it too. Fast prepping, so you have everything set. You will be getting rid of a trigger. But with Zechariah's effect, it's okay to do that. So that's why you will have a good couple Celestial cards. Hermes is probably like the only non-Celestial card in the deck. You can run Helms if you want. I'd make her a heal check, but if you were trying to go for that final hit where it does matter, we can see how that works. But Celestial, Zechariah on our final hit's good too. It just depends. Usually you don't do Hermes if they're at 5th damage because you don't know, again, because of PGs. But Zechariah, I do love. This is possibly one of my favorite Angel Feather cards. This gives Hermes that nice push, like we always need for those types of units that tag out and tag in. That's why we run a couple Nasiels. You just gotta find the balance with the Nasiels with this, because you gotta make sure you can pull off Zestiel at that LB4 phase, which you could. Yeah, you could definitely. I mean, if I had to put this kind of together, I would say most of the G1s would possibly be some of the old set. Most of the G2s would be most of the Celestial set. That way, even if you self-damage yourself for the Zechariah play, you're giving yourself 3,000 each. You know what I'm saying? So something like that. Definitely have a Pegasus prep for that when you do something like that. Yeah. So that's one of my favorites. So we are done talking about Angel Feathers. So I hope that inspires you to go pull some Angel Feathers and you make a nice Angel Feather deck with Celestial Helm or Celestial Zechariah. They both have great effects, and they have a card that legit preps them in the end. So that was good enough. You're definitely going to need 4 of that card. That's a big staple. That's a staple period for even a Nacio to grab a PG, put a PG in the damage zone, sack it, so on and so forth. Now to go over everyone's favorite Bermuda Triangle. Ihikai Kaisa. Sorry. Alright, so let's go. New Forerunner named Alk. At the end of the battle, this unit boosts a unit with LB4. Put it in your soul, draw a card. Yada. Prisms! This is when we get our Prism finally. I'm excited for these. When this unit is returned to your hand, Soul Blast 1 to have one of your units get plus 4,000 power. So it's almost like a power creep play, but I think you have to time these returns just right or you're going to misplay. Because you're still going to need your defense game for a lot of turns, and then you're going to have to know when you have to power creep. So there's that, so Prism's looking good. Pretty celeb Charlotte. She is pretty, isn't she? When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you counterblast 1, return this to your hand, and call a card other than from your hand to an empty rear guard. Okay, I like that, actually. No, I really do. Wow, that's a G2. Wow, that's actually pretty good. I love tag outs. I love the rebounds. This is an amazing rebound for a CB1. Put this back, call something else. You can get her up to like 11k, so I can see those divas putting her up to 11k, and then boom, she comes back, and then whatever booster you have in the back, which is possibly going to be a 7 to 8k booster, possibly a 7k. Then you're going to really pop with this for... Oh, yeah. I like it. Not bad. I like it. A lot, actually. That's pretty good. All right. Prism. With Prisms, we get a new Forerunner. When your rear guard is returned to your hand, you may return this unit to your hand. Huh? Why is there no point to that? I got to keep reading. Maybe there's something I'm missing. All right. We get a new Sendo. It's just an alternate art from Ellie. Oh, she's so pretty. Prism Romance Etoilette. When this unit is boosted, it gets 3,000 power. It's one of those units. Dreaming Idol Karen. When this unit is returned to your hand, counterblast 1 to draw a card. See, where was this? Why is Karen doing more work than Rio? And we all hate Karen. But not this Karen, because she's a dreamy. She's beautiful. Freaking Karen has a better effect when she returns the you don't soul charge, you count and draw it. This is just a better Rio. What the whatever. Alright, okay, so there's a new double rare unit. It's named Costume Idol Alk, so Alk has a final transformation. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, it's the following ability. At the end of the battle, you may ride a grade 3 from your hand as rest. If you rode, add this card from your soul to your hand and draw a card. I actually kind of... This is interesting. I see a potential with this. This is technically like... If you didn't have a break... no. Never mind. I'm not seeing goodness in this. I mean, this depends if you heal, I guess. Because at the end of the battle, I mean, this effect goes into her, and then you may ride a grade 3 from your hand as rest. And if you rode, add this card from your soul to your hand. So again, this would be one of those situations where it's like, maybe I self-damage myself for that break ride. Maybe. That'd be fine. Like, self-damage myself to get out back in my hand and just set up a possible break ride turn. So, something like that. Shining Singer Ionia? Okay. She's one of those 5,000, 2,000s. Apprentice Idol Karen. Why is Karen doing this? When this unit is returned to your hand, counterblast 1 to draw a card. What the hell? This is so weird. It's so weird because, like, why are we now getting, like, why does Rio have that effect, but these units are like, oh no, you just CB1 and draw. I mean, I understand that Pacifica was needed for the soul charging and all that, and the soul blasting, but still. What the fudge? Alright, one of my favorite Prism, Promise Labrador. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, call up to 3 cards from your hand to empty rearguard circles. If you call 3 Prisms, this unit gets another plus 10,000 and a critical. Obviously, I say another 10,000 because you're possibly break riding. Counterblast 1 to turn one of your rearguards to your hand so you can prep the turn. And you can call 3 cards. Oof. You just possibly won't be able to use Karen because you have to call 3 Prisms. So you're going to need some Prism boosters. Possible Prism boosters. The good thing about this other effect is it is not a CB. Prism Smile, Ligrin. 10k booster. Prism Romance, Lumiere. During your turn, if your Vanguard is a Prism, it becomes a 12k beat stick. Dancing Fan, Princess Minato. When you're up. Thanks for the subscribe. I didn't know I had an alert box. Dancing Fan Princess Minato. When your grade 3 Vanguard is placed, this unit gets I'm gonna turn that off. You get the it gets, it's one of those 10k units. When placed, look at the 7 cards from the top of your deck and write a G2 other than multiple shine Miranda. Okay. Why? There's no point. Why would I want to waste another G2? No. No, unless I'm doing like Soul Blast plays and I'm trying to build up Soul. Mascot Lady Aurea. When this unit boosts an LB4 plus 3,000. So Planet Idol Pacifica is our break ride. So we are going over her. And guess what? She's a rank award. So if you don't pull enough of her, don't worry about it. Because Bushy likes making these cards rank awards. So when rode upon, 10,000 power, and then when your rear guard is returned to your hand, you may call any card from your deck. That's really good. That's how you set up plays. I like it. When your rear guard is returned to your hand, you may call any card from the deck. That is nice. Because that's what Prism Girl does. She returns a unit first, and then you can call anything from your deck. So that definitely puts you up in a... Definitely can help you. Put a top out of Pacifica into your soul, add this card to your hand, and return a rear guard to your hand. So put top Io Pacifica into your soul to add this card to your hand to return a rear guard to your hand. It's in the soul. You put Pacifica in the soul to add this card to your hand. So you add this and you're returning a rear guard. I guess that's too situational, and that seems like a lot of work. Sounds like a lot of unnecessary work. But okay. Prism Image Clear. When this unit is returned to your hand, so blast 1, have one of your units get plus 4,000 power. That's actually pretty good. That's how you return and do some broken plays, I bet, and then you just recall it. So yeah, that definitely works for me. As long as you can just return 3 units by the time you do this effect, you're set. Prism Promise Laity. When this unit boosts Prism Promise Labrador. So plus 1, and then it becomes an 11k booster. Prism Romance Mercure. During your turn, if your Vanguard's a Prism, 10k front row. Prism Image Rosa. At least her name's Prism. During your turn, if you have a unit with an LB4, which you will. So technically this unit does become an 11k since most of the G3s in the deck are LB4. So this unit isn't as bad. It does kind of make you replace the other mermaid, Rio. What was that other girl's name? You gotta have like 4. You know what I'm talking about. This definitely replaces it since you're playing like a Prism type deck. It doesn't even have to be a Prism unit. So Planet Io Pacifica you can still have this unit during her phase too. Prism Smile Scotia. She's trying to be so kawaii and stuff. When this unit attacks, your CB1 becomes a 12k. And we get another break ride. Okay, let's read this one. When rode upon, 10,000 power. And it gets effect. Wait. In addition, draw a card. Oh, you get a draw a card. Okay. So you ride and you get a free card. Okay. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may return 2 rear guards to your hand. Oh, and there's the Prism play. That's the Prism. Alka's Garb. This is in. This is good for Prisms because we have to return. And then we call 3 back. Oh, it's just beautiful. Beautiful. And we get to draw a free card after the break ride. We legit plus. We're plussing. That's dope. It's really good. I like it. So Prisms are looking really good to me. I like it. Laeti reappears, Clear, Minato, Alk. I think this is when I was having issues with my stuff here. Alrighty. So, reality is Prism is looking a little 10 times better than what Coral is. I do like the rebounds. It is extra attacking. Coral didn't have extra attacking. Coral mostly had like some crits with like a little stance. But I mean, seeing how Prisms are working, there's gonna be like maybe 5 draws and some crits. Good push damage, and then give the 5,000 boost since you are rebounding. You're gonna be drawing cards anyways with some of the effects when you do rebound. There's gonna be so many theories around Prisms and that break ride. We're definitely going to be looking into that in the deck profile next month. So we'll be seeing you guys then for that. So if you're looking for the Prisms, they're not too bad. I do like that break ride. You get a draw card. That's really good. But Planet Idol Pacifica seems to give you a little bit more of an edge too. Planet Idol legit, you either draw a card or you thin the deck till you get what you want. So I think Pacific Idol, I mean, yeah. I mean, I see more use in Pacific Idol because I rather call a card than draw a trigger. With my luck, I possibly go that route. But anyways, next we are talking about Oracle Think Tank. Briolette Magus. This is when we get new Magus cards. Let's go. So what she does is you Soul Blast 1 to draw a card and put this unit on the top of your deck. Now, why is it saying that? It's so you can get your awesome, cool new effects off with the new triple rares, which we're going to show you. Crescent Magus. When this unit boosts, declare a card name. Reveal the top card. If the card is the declared name, this unit gets plus 3,000 power until the end of the turn. And you don't have to reveal the top card. So this helps you even predict it. You're going to be looking at the top card anyways, and once you know it, then the triple rare goes off. This card is only here to tell you if you don't know what it is. It's legit say, yo, let me get a little peek at that. Let me just see. I'm like, oh, it's that card? Awesome. Cool. Yeah, oh, it's that card? Oh, now I know the name. That's all I needed. All right, goodbye. And then your effects go off. That's the whole point about Magus. They're really... Their effects to just say declare the card name is like really good, and we're going to tell you why in a sec. Kuro Magus becomes a 12k beat stick during your turn. Floral Magus, the Fighter Collection. Counterblast 1 to declare a card name. Reveal the top card of the deck. If that card is the declared card name, add that card to your hand, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power. During your turn, if your hand has 2 or more cards, this becomes legit a cross-ride unit in a sense, so it's an 18k without a booster. But also what I like about this, it says add it. Don't drive check it, add it, and then drive check. So, see now we have a G1 here that legit just reveals it. Like, oh, what is it? It's like, oh, it's a PG? And then you have like Floral Magus kind of prepped for like a legit CB1 to add 1 card, which is great. A CB1 for a freaking extra card to your hand. That's going to help you in the long run. I like that. Or if it's your heal check, just declare it wrong and heal. If your triggers, don't do it. Just call it wrong. Call it wrong, Chuck. Floral Magus is amazing too. I mean, she gets like a lot of juice when she comes to her effect where she won't need boosters as much, but you're still adding a card for just a CB1, which is nice. As long as you know what it is, that's what I love about Crescent Magus. It's legit telling you what it is so you could get the effect off. And the other thing is she doesn't counterblast, so that is positives. Hexagonal Magus. This is a break ride, people. When rode upon, your Vanguard gets plus 7 power. Then you look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You add a card and put the rest of the cards on top of your deck in any order. During your turn, if your hand has 2 or more cards, this is when it's the Vanguard. So this is amazing. This is seeing the future. I was kind of waiting for this because obviously Misaki totally overblew it with, I'm going to look at my cards because I'm a cheater. Nah, I get it. But looking at 3 cards is really good sense. You got to add one of those cards, and if you have like a trigger sack, you know what to do. So Hexagon Magus is going to be really redonk, and if people are using the new PGs, say hi to Tom for me, because Tom's just going to shoot you for game. Yeah, pretty much. And I don't even think this Magus has to boost Magus cards. It just has to boost a unit, so you'll definitely know. That's good. Awesome. So Pentagonal Magus! Let's talk about this beauty. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, declare a card name. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card name is declared, add it to your hand, and guess what? 5,000 power, plus 1 critical. And the best thing about her effect is, it's not a CB1, which makes her better than Floral. I mean, Floral's going to have her up and down, but obviously you're running 4 of each of them to get your draw plays in, so you automatically have something to do, and something to actually draw. But Pentagon Magus with that draw, if you look at top 3 cards and you're like, oh crap, I have another G2 unit, I can just draw that and then hit my trigger. Oh, this is what Pentagon Magus is for. This is why you run that crypt build. Now I can see why Ali was gaga over this chick in like set 10 when he was playing the Japan account. Like, my god, that is beautiful. Like, holy crap. Ripus Magus. Ripus the Magus. During your turn, if your Vanguard is a Magus unit, this unit gets 3,000 power in the front row. Stellar Magus. When this unit attacks, counterblast 1 to declare a card name. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card name is declared, add it to your hand. If not, countercharge 1. That's a kind of plus. That is a plus. It doesn't go anywhere. You just declare it. If it's wrong, you get your CB1 back. And that's when Floral comes in handy. That's why you know you can draw with Floral so you don't lose that CB1. You make the best of it, you know? So the fact they have a card like this is crazy. Like, Vegas is going to be so ridiculous. Are you kidding? Seeing the future like that is nuts. Tetra Magus is a new Sentinel, so that's when you get pushed to 5th damage. And yeah, then these got added again because I don't know why, but it happens. But I am liking Magus. Legit, I love it. I love the gimmick. It's very... I mean, first off, the best thing in Zero is knowing what's coming up in your deck. Any deck that has that type of control, like Angel Feathers and now OTT, that's going to be really top tier quality stuff. Like, honestly, as long as you can see the triggers and play your plays correctly, you can't really lose. That's what makes this godly. Seriously. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. That's all I can tell you. Alrighty. On to our final clan to talk about. Jewel Knights! Jewel Knights was so popular in Japan, everyone's gonna play them because we follow Japan's format. Nah, son, don't do that to yourself. Play what you feel you like. Don't play it because it's meta. Play it because you actually really like it. And actually kind of do like a couple of the Jewel Knights. But then still, you play it because you like it. Not because it was meta. You play it because you enjoyed Jewel Knights. So starting legend, we get a new Forerunner. Ambrosius, put this unit to your soul, draw a card, and then discard a card from your hand. So the triple rare, you're going to need 4 of this. Limit Break, Ashley. When rode upon, your Vanguard gets plus 10 out of power and a critical. In addition, call Grade 1 or less Jewel Knight from your deck. That is a free call for G1. That's really good, and that's what Jewel Knights are all about. Calling G1s from your deck so you have units. So it makes her good. Rainbow Calling Bird. When this unit boosts Sanctuary Guard Dragon, which we'll never use, or we'll just make a fun deck out of it. You saw last one, and that unit gets 11k. Knight of Details Claudin during your turn. If you have a unit that's LB4, plus 3,000. No one's going to use that. Alright, Battle Flag Knight Constance. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, counterblast 1 to call Grade 1 or less card from your deck. Now, notice it's not really a Jewel Knight, but you can call any G1 you want from the deck. This is mostly like the Rock Witch Gaga of Royals, where you're just calling that G1 so you have your Jewel Knights prepped. Most of the deck is legit Jewel Knights in general, but this is just, you know, a good rainbow unit to get a G1 that you need. Boosters are always hard to come by. Dignified Silver Dragon is one of those units. It gains 5,000 power. When it's a rear, it's 2,000. Knight of Explosive Axe, Gornament. When your Grade 3 Vanguard is placed, this unit becomes 20,000. Forerunner for Jewel Knights. Desiree Jewel Knight Helosis. If you have 4 more Jewel Knight rear guards, this unit gets plus 3,000. I like this because this is an easier 8k booster, where I used to use Reign of Terror as my 8k booster. This is a good 8k booster for later. I like it. It's not a terrible Forerunner. I mean, hopefully everyone uses this Forerunner for their Jewel Knights decks. I mean, it's an 8k booster, and it's already 1 Jewel Knight on the board. Honestly, it's going to get stacked early. Don't ask. Flash Jewel Knight Assault. This is the new Sentinel where you get hit. When you're at 5th damage, then this will activate. Fearless Jewel Knight Julia. You're going to need 4 of these. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, it gets the following ability. At the end of the battle, you CB2. Call a number of Jewel Knights from your deck equal to this unit's critical. At the end of that battle, so say you're playing like maybe a couple crits. So you hit 3. Or if you hit 4, you're calling 4 units. You legit just set up a multi-attack out of nowhere, thinning your deck to an extent. But usually you'll just be calling 2. I wouldn't put it past you. 2's fine. You sack the front row, this swings, you set up another 2. This is legit the Raven play for Genesis. But, you know, this is what you ride on top of with Ashley and stuff. It's good. It gets that critical, so you're guaranteed 2 units for the extra attack phase. That's what made Julia good. It was nice, and you call any Jewel Knights. And when this unit attacks Vanguard, it gets plus 3,000 power. So definitely you're going to want 4 of those. Jewel Knights get a self-damager, as in Royal Paladins now get self-damagers. Jewel Knight Melmy, self-damager. Pathetic. Oh, he's pathetic. He's a pathetic Jewel Knight Ulwin. During your turn, you have more rear guards than your opponent. This unit gets plus 3,000 power. White Dragon Knight Pendulum. At the start of your main phase, look at the 5 cards on top of your deck, and you may ride a G3. You may. You don't have to. You may. So this is how you ride Sanctuary Guard Dragon with this, but let's see what Sanctuary Guard Dragon will be doing. Jewel Knight Prismy. One place, you have 4 more Jewel Knight rear guards. You may discard from your hand. So a filter. I mean, I guess you can filter if you needed to. Pengol. When this plays from your deck, this unit gets plus 3,000. Okay, so a little bit of a push play with the 10k. Leading Jewel Knight Salem. Now, this is an interesting unit, but it's just what made, Jewel Knight's Majesty. But they had to be LB4 anyways. This is like saying the Ultimate Dimensional Dayusha is like Jewel Knights. He had to be at 4, but Jewel Knights always had boosters. But they also have a retired unit named Blaster Blade. Nope, we're not going to go over that. We'll go over that later. So in this card, when this unit attacks, you get 4 more Jewel Knight rear guards. It gets plus 2,000 and plus 1 critical. But you need 4 Jewel Knights. But it has another effect. Counterblast 1 and call G1. So you won't ever be without G1s. So the most you could always draw out of your deck is mostly intercepts. Mostly intercepts. That's what made Salem good in her own way. And this Counterblast effect is not limited to being LB4. You can do it whenever you want. You can prep your field. You can have your boosters prepped. And once those boosters are prepped, the game's, kind of over. I mean, boosters are so hard to come by, and Jewel Knights just make it so easy. So you'll always be swinging at the Vanguard, irregardless of the situation. Alright, so this is what the whole point of that Guard Dragon effect is. When this unit attacks, it gets plus 3,000 power until the end of each battle. Each of your grade 1 or less. So he gains power due to your G1s. When placed, discard a card from your hand that call grade 1 or less card from your deck. So, Garmer. When this card is rise by your card effect, draw a card, and then you get plus 1 critical. So all that Sanctuary crap just for 1 crit and 1 draw and 1 G1. It seems like a lot of work just to pull this off, but it could be worth it. I mean, who knows? The payoff will be good for some. My payoff is drawing a G3 and sacking a G3 and everything G3. That's just how my life goes with that game. Alright, Dogmatese Jewel Knight Sybil. When placed, Counterblast 2, call Jewel Knight from your deck. Get your boosters. It's a 9k. 9k's become 16k. 16k is the magic number we're looking for. Dreamy Jewel Knight Tiffany. Put this unit to your soul. To have 2 of your Jewel Knights get plus 3,000 power. No one's going to run you. Linking Jewel Knight Tilda. When your grade 3 Jewel Knight Vanguard is placed, Counterblast 1 to call a grade 1 or less card from your deck. Alright. My thinking with this is, I feel like as many times as me and Ali have played Reiji a lot, this is just reminding me of Reiji in a sense. CB1 to get a G1 is fine. That's very CB-lessy. So if I wanted to ride a Jewel, most of the deck is Jewel Knight G3. So when I do that, at least Tilda will go off and I'll have a booster prepped and then I just switch the columns around. And that's if Amber Dragon doesn't sack this unit. So again, it depends. I don't know why people think it's easy to get this effect is like so situational. You just have to play it just right. Yikes. just yikes. If you have 4 more Jewel Knight rear guards, this unit gets plus 3,000 power. I like this in the sense that it's good if you have at least 4, which is her main goal. If you have 4 more Jewel Knights. And you will. You'll have 1 on the right and you'll have 1 on the left. And they have to be other, right? They have to be other. If you have 4 more Jewel Knight rear guards. Now, obviously, this becomes a 12k shield. That's good. Playing 2 of these, I don't know if she goes down because it's technically like you have 5, she dies, then you're down to 4. I don't know if she counts herself. She might, which makes it a good card because it's a 12k shield. I'm just saying, just trying to really put that together. I think that's how it works. You have your 3 back rows, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and then it's like 2 12k shields. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me. Regret Jewel Knight Urian, CB1 to get plus 1,000 power. No one's going to run that. And that's been said. Primal Goals, another Forerunner. At the end of the battle, this unit is boosted in a unit. Put this in your soul, draw a card. Don't worry about it. Sword of Hope Richard. When placed from your deck, Soul Blast 1 to draw a card. Jill made a lot of Daigo cards here. This is Daigo's set in general, but most people are going to be playing Jewel Knight. Sanctuary Dragon has no use in this game, period. But I just saw the new updated version of him, and he's actually really stupid now. Force with that? Yeah, that's okay. So Sword of Hope Richard's interesting. Stinging Jewel Knights, Shelly. If you have 4 more Jewel Knights, this unit gets 10k. So if you did call Shelly, you have technically a chance to use Julia in a proper manner due to Jelly being a 10k hitter. And you'll possibly have another booster prepped anyways when it comes to Shelly. So again, I can see a lot of positive with this. They have units, and Julia giving you that extra push damage for the final attack is good too. So again, there's a lot you can work with here, especially if they're using the new PGs. They get pushed to 5. Julia is just a godsend once you break ride. Rush a goal. When this unit boosts the unit LB4, it gets plus 3,000 power. Cool. And that's Common Rider 01. So that is it, guys. That is all of set 10. We give you kind of the breakdown of how this goes. Thank you, Ali, for sending me the card so I can do the proper review. So yeah, Sanctuary Guard Dragon's not going to see much play. Salem's a good card in the sense that it calls a G1 early too if you had to ride it. If you didn't get your break ride, you can just do that. And again, Julia doesn't even have to work in that sense. If you have Julia and you need that final push and you have like crits kind of prepped for her, you're legit going to be doing an amazing play, period. Calling an extra 2 attacks is always good. So that's why I have like newfound respect for Julia here. She's really good. You have the CB2 though, but it's good enough because you're legit setting up that final attack phase. So that's where the debate will come in for Blaster Blade and this. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, Blaster Blade gives you push if you really need the push or you need the G1s. You have to play it. You really have to micromanage the CB, period. That's as much as I can say. At least we get a new PG. Desiree Jewel Knight Helios is at least one Jewel Knight we won't have to worry about because at least you got to keep it. So there's that. This unit's not too bad. I mean, CB2 to call grade 1. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like eh. I mean, Ashley isn't bad. Oh, guess what? Ashley's also a rank award, so don't even worry about pulling her. Just worry about your Salems and Julias, and you're good. Magus actually is looking pretty top tier to me with the amount of looking into the future. I always say control decks that are like this are legit top tier. Knowing what's coming up in your deck is the godsend of Vanguard 0. And in 0, it's godly. I mean, TCG is also kind of godly, but in 0, it's possibly one of the best techs to really go by. And Magus giving you that card you add for free, so you don't run out of card control, is good enough for me. It's good enough. So even if you don't break ride, but you do a self-damager play, and then you play that Magus card so you know you can see the top card of your deck, you'll be set. You'll be set to draw with Magus and get a free crit already if you had a self-damage for yourself for it. So again, lots of positives there when it comes to these guys. Sometimes you won't even need the break ride. Sometimes you can just ride Pentagon Magus if you're doing self-damagers. Look at the top card with freaking Crescent Magus. Or look at the top card with the grade 2. I mean, there's so many things you could do with that. Like the self-damagers are going to help you legit draw one card every time you self-damage yourself. You just have to have Crescent Magus prepped, and that's about it. Because it just says when this unit boosts, that's it. That's it. Once this card is prepped, just play your self-damage, and you're like set to hit crits like nonstop. Like seriously, it's ridiculous. And that's how I'm gonna build it. Definitely some self-damagers, and then see my top card of my deck, and then get a free crit, start the push. Alright, yeah, Brill and Magus, you draw a card, and then you put this unit on top of your deck in case you needed to call the card you needed, so on and so forth. Like, you can draw this back if you needed to, like I said, early rush plays. Yeah, something like that, but I mean, I see play with this. I guess it just depends. If you don't get, like, the booster, I mean, yeah. Prisms are looking pretty interesting to me. I mean, they have a lot of good, like, go-to here. Vert is definitely, I think, the one you ride for Prism, for the ultimate Prism combo. I mean, Galaxy Pacifica isn't bad. Your rear guards return to your hand, you may call a card. That's the big difference between those two break rides, is legit Galaxy legit gives you a unit you can actually use, where you can thin your deck to get to the trigger instead of drawing your trigger. So Pacifica, actually, Planet Auto Pacifica is the better break ride. And you can return a card with the Prism Girl, so there's that. This unit's not a Prism. Okay, no one's going to use you, Miranda. Everyone's going to be possibly using Karen and Miranda, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, Labrador is really good. Call 3 units, get a critical. And that's legit a rebound effect where you're sacking a PG and then you're going ham again. And counterblast 1 to return a rear guard to your hand. There's your 1. You put a Prism back to your hand, swing at everything else, play them back before the attack phase goes through, and then you give your back row or the front row the booster, so on and so forth. It's just that good. Your triggers will boost the boosters, which is good. I'm telling you, this is good. Prisms is definitely a good wake up call to Bermuda Triangle. Alk, eh. Karen is definitely not as bad as I thought. Question with Prism Girl, it has to be Prism. Okay, it has to be Prism. So there's probably a different build with Dreamy Idol Karen, unless you just return Karen for like your draws with prisms. Like you play like a bunch of prisms, but you maybe play like 3 or 2 Karens just to draw a card with the effect. And when you do Galaxy Pacifica, you're legit getting your G1 prepped anyways. So there's that. So yeah, you definitely gotta get the. I mean, Galaxy. The only difference is the hand. Like if you can prep the hand, you have to make sure you can return. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, as much as Pacific, you see, that's my issue. I mean, that's why I'm not in this video because it's still like stuff to go over. Like this card gives you more of like you can return the 2 rear guards, versus you're returning 1 rear guard, but that's like the one. Well, you're returning like the actual 1. But it's when you break ride it, you're returning 2, and then you're calling 3. So I think drawing a card isn't as bad. You might as well gamble, because at least if you legit ride on top of Prism, I think Planet Idol Pacifica is more for Eternal Idol, like an actual plain Pacifica build, versus Vert being the actual unit you need, because you do draw a card. And when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you return the 2 units, and that's how you get the combo play. So yeah, never mind. I think Planet Idol Pacifica and Vert are 2 different type of way to build. Because Vert is definitely for Labrador, period. And that's a double rare. So Labrador with the triple rare and that double rare are legit the big combo for the crit. And your big combo play for finish. So there's that. Yeah, you could return the Karen and draw a card too. Yeah, you could do that and then just play some prisons. Prince Isle Karen, same thing. Just kind of less one to draw a card. But I guess Karen's really put in that work. This is interesting too. I mean, seriously. I mean, there's a lot of builds with the return. I mean, definitely. I feel like they made a good couple of cards for like Coral builds, and then they made a good couple of cards for the Prism builds. That's just me though. You technically could have Coral if you wanted to return a unit and then you Soul Blast. Yeah, forget it. You know, I'll possibly do like a Planet Idol Pacifica deck build and a Prism one. There's definitely 2 different ways to actually play that type of break ride. So I'm going to be doing that. And we went over Angel Feathers. Like I said, they have ways to set up their plays. Easy, so self-damagers. Candle Celestial Seriel. You can put her in the soul, get her back with a Nociel, so on and so forth. The best thing about this effect is the 3,000. Everything becoming a 3,000 is great. All you need are your 9,000 units that become 15. That's 24. GG's plus a trig. So yeah, definitely have your Pegasus prep 2 for that. Even 1 Pegasus is good enough for your big power play column for Hermes and stuff like that. That's the only thing I hate. You have to bring in a Celestial. You can't bring in Hermes. So you have to have Hermes in your hand or you Nociel it. So that's the big difference between these cards. And Celestial Ramiel is pretty good too. Look at 3 cards, and then you just add it to your hand. So that's good. So you legit actually got a card. You actually plussed off the break ride, which is good. And this card was interesting too. Like I said, Helm is definitely a different entire build, period. Like when it comes to her, she's going to be way different on how you do your plays for the combo. And that's about it. Still though, Drugstore Nurse, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Alright guys, that is it. We went over every card in set 10. I hope this video has opened your mind. I'm sorry that it was so long. It was just a lot to go over with all the new cards and combos. But thanks for watching, guys. Be good. Stay safe. And I'll see you all another time. Peace.